Welcome back to Peer-Guided DBT Lessons, provided by DBT Skills Application, Peers Helping Peers. This week in our Peer-Guided DBT Lessons, Mark 2-8 in the Distress Tolerance module, we'll be examining willingness versus willfulness. Please keep in mind that we're simply peers helping peers, working together to bring about more peaceful, serene, productive, and ultimately happier lives. Willingness is accepting what is in an effective or appropriate way. Willfulness is imposing your will on reality. Life is like a game of cards. There's a card game metaphor that illustrates this. It makes no difference to a good card player what cards they get. The object is to play whatever hand you get as well as possible. As soon as one hand is played, another hand is dealt. The last game is over and the current game is on. The idea is to be mindful of the current hand, play it as skillfully as possible, and then let go and focus on the next hand of cards. What is willingness? Willingness is doing just what is needed in every situation in an unpretentious way. This means that we are constantly assessing what is effective, which is, by the way, the last skill of mindfulness, and putting aside your own agenda so that we are meeting the needs of the moment in the most efficient way possible, rather than focusing on less important things. Willingness is listening very careful to and following your wise mind. When we're willing, we're able to tap into our instinct, be aware of our emotions, and problem solve. We are mindful of the moment and aware of what we think, feel, and physically respond to. Willingness is allowing into our consciousness our connection to the universe, to the chair we are sitting on, the community we are in, etc. Becoming as willing as possible means that we are not denying or minimizing our impact on the world. We can fully see that we are connected to everything and everyone, recognizing that what we choose in each and every moment is important, not just to us, but to the world at large. Willingness is really an attitude towards life. It involves realizing that you're connected to and part of life. When you are willing, you are agreeing to be a part of life. You allow the world to be what it is, and you make a commitment to active participation in that reality. Willingness is not approval or lying down and letting yourself get walked on, but it does require doing what is needed in the current situation or moment. So then, what is willfulness? Willfulness is the opposite of willingness. Willfulness is refusing to tolerate the moment. When we run from the moment and anything in it, we are being willful. Every moment has good and bad, and we need to be willing to tolerate the bad rather than trying to avoid it. Willfulness is trying to fix everything. Problem solving is an essential skill to effectiveness. Fixing things is necessary sometimes. But we don't have to fix every uncomfortable situation we are in. If I am willing to be a little uncomfortable right now, and it is not hurting someone else, I don't need to fix it. Willfulness is giving up. While sometimes we need to tolerate things without fixing them, we also can't give up. We all feel hopeless, helpless, and misery at times. But we can't give up. That is willful. We need to be willing to make our life better. Willfulness is sitting on your hands when action is needed. It is the opposite of effectiveness. When we're full of excuses, that is willfulness, and that is not recovery. Willfulness is also an attitude towards life. Willfulness is the refusal to accept your connection to life. It involves saying no to life and to reality. When we are willful, we impose our will on reality by trying to fix everything or rejecting what is needed in the current situation or moment. It's like throwing a fit or refusing to do when action is called for. The batting cage metaphor illustrates that life is like hitting baseballs from a pitching machine. A person's job is just to do their best to hit each ball as it comes. Refusing to accept that a ball is coming does not make it stop coming. Defiance or willpower does not make the machine stop pitching the balls. The balls will keep coming over and over again, despite crying or whimpering. A person can stand in the way of the ball and get hit. They can stand there doing nothing and let the ball go by as a strike. Or they can swing at the ball. How will you participate in your life? Next week in our peer-guided DBT lessons to stress tolerance module, we will be examining willing hands and half smile.